our study of part writing, we will now move on to first inversion triads. For a first inversion triad, the third of the chord is in the lowest voice. This is typically the bass, so it will be referred to as the bass from here on. The chord symbol for our first inversion triad includes the name of the chord with a slash. The name of the bass note is written to the right side of the slash. For example, a C major triad in first inversion would have the third as its lowest note. This is an E, so the chord symbol is C/E. For another example, a G minor triad in first inversion would have B flat, the third of the chord in the bass. So the chord symbol is G minor/B flat. Composers during the common practice period would generally use a mixture of root position and first inversion triads to create a bass line that functioned like its own melody, with melodies generally using a predominance of stepwise motion. The part writing procedures for first inversion triads are relatively simple when compared to root position. Here are a few general rules. With most triads in first inversion, any note can be doubled, but the common doubling is the soprano note. The common doubling on a first inversion diminished triad is the third. The leading tone to the key, T in solfege, is not doubled. Let's begin by voicing a C major triad in first inversion. Here we have E in the bass with a sixth figure. This figure refers to a first inversion triad, so this is a C major triad with E in the bass. This is a 1/6 chord in C major. Let's add a soprano note. At this point, the only note that we can't double in a first inversion triad is the leading tone to the key. This note is B. Since there is no B in the C triad, we can double any note of the chord. Therefore, the soprano can sing C, E, or G. Let's play C in the soprano. The missing note of the chord is G. Let's place this note in the alto. Here we have a complete C chord with C, E, and G. Since we could double any note of the chord, we could place the tenor on C, E, or G, as long as the spacing between voices and ranges are correct. However, the common doubling on a first inversion triad is the soprano note. So let's play C in the tenor. Now we have a completed voicing of a C major triad in first inversion. Here is another example. We are in the key of D major with C sharp in the bass and a sixth figure. This is a first inversion triad as indicated by the figure. C sharp is the third of an A major triad. So the chord symbol is A/C sharp. A is 5 in the key of D, so this is 5/6. Let's first choose a soprano note. With most first inversion triads, we can double any note of the chord, but we want to avoid doubling the leading tone to the key. This is the note a half step below the tonic. Since we are in the key of D, D is tonic, and C sharp is the leading tone. This chord has C sharp in the bass, so we do not want to double that note in any of the other voices. Therefore, the soprano note can be A or E. Let's place the soprano on A. We can double either the A or the E, but the common doubling is the soprano note. So let's put the tenor on A. This leaves E for the alto. Here is one final example in the key of G minor. We have A in the bass with a 6/ figure, indicating a first inversion triad. Let's use the figure to determine the notes of the chord. A sixth above A is F, and the slash means to raise this note by a half step to F sharp. A third above A in this key is C. If we reorder these notes, we have F sharp, A, and C for an F sharp diminished triad with A in the bass. This is 7 diminished 6. Let's choose the soprano note first. This triad has the leading tone to the key F sharp, so we will not double that note. Also, the common note to double in a diminished triad is the third. This is A. For our voicing, F sharp, A, or C can go to the soprano. Let's choose A. This can leave F sharp for the alto and C for the tenor. Let's summarize. When used with root position triads, first inversion triads help to create a melodic bass line. When voicing first inversion triads, follow the general part writing rules for ranges and spacing between voices. With most triads in first inversion, any note can be doubled. The common doubling on a first inversion triad is the soprano note. The common doubling on a first inversion diminished triad is the third. The leading tone to the key, T in solfege, should not be doubled.